Good morning, it's me, Ms. V, and today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable heartfelt hanging, which we're going to be giving as a gift for Mother's Day, but of course you could give it to anyone you care about anytime or Valentine's Day. Okay, let's go over the materials you're going to be needing to make this cute little item. You're going to need felt in 3 different colors. So I've got white, red, and pink. Of course, you could use different colors for this project. We're using these. You're going to need something to trace. In this case, I have 2 sizes of hearts. These are 2-inch and these are 3-inch. Okay. For another tracer for our white felt, I'm going to be using an index card, which is 3 inches by 5 inches. And I've labeled that right here. So I'm going to use this tracer. All right. I'm going to need scissors, of course, and these scissors are going to have to be sharp. I went ahead and I sharpened my scissors before this lesson plan, so I'm good to go on that. For decoration, you're going to need, I use this thing called Rick Rack, we're going to put up at the top. You're going to need a popsicle stick. You're going to need glue. And for glue, I'm going to be really specific about this. We're using something called tacky glue, Aleene's, and you must store it upside down for this entire project. Okay, the glue is super thick and sticky. If you don't store it upside down, it's going to take forever to do this project. Okay, you're going to need a pencil, all right, and you're going to need some yarn, of course. I have white yarn here. Where's my yarn? Here's my yarn. There's my yarn for this project. And you're going to use a material you may not know about called freezer paper. All right, freezer paper is kind of like wax paper, and we'll go over that in just a couple minutes. Materials, I forgot one thing. You're going to need an iron. And this is an electric iron, and I have set it to medium to heat up. So the first thing we're going to be doing today is tracing out our 2 hearts. So I have my heart paper. And now I've cut some freezer paper. And I want you to notice a couple things about the freezer paper. It has 2 sides. This is the super, super shiny side. And this is what we call the matte, or maybe dull side. So we've got 2 sides, shiny, and we have 1 side dull. Now, what we're going to be doing is tracing today. Look at that. You can see right through it. I am only going to write on the dull side. It won't work if you do this on the shiny side. So I'm going to try my best here while doing this video. Okay. It's pretty good. Now the great thing is if you mess up, which I just did, you can erase. Yay, that's why it's so great to use pencils and erasers. So here we go, this is better. See that? Fabulous. All right. Okay, so there we go. I have traced one of my small hearts, and I am going to do the same with my larger hearts. Now, don't be that kid. Don't put your heart in the middle of the paper. No, I want you to have the heart, both hearts, towards the edge of the paper. Not exactly on the edge, but maybe like that. Okay, go ahead and trace. Okay, it was a little better that time. Put my tracers aside, and I'm just left here with the freezer paper. And again, I did not go on the shiny side. I went on the duller or matte side. I'm going to take my scissors, oops, and I'm going to cut out. Now notice I am not cutting to the edge of the heart. This, you must do it not, I'm doing this totally on purpose. Okay, so here I am. cutting, leaving some space around the heart. Put that aside. There we go. So I have 2 hearts cut out. So now you can see I have my 2 tracers on, or shapes traced out on a freezer paper, and I have some pieces of felt that are about the size of my cutout paper. Okay, I am now going to ironing. So for ironing, I'm going to protect my table at school here a little bit with a cloth. And I'm going to put first the felt down, and then I'm going to put the heart down. And again, I want that shiny side down on the felt. Now I'm going to take my iron, and I have set it to warm. And you'll see the settings on the iron. We're going to have a couple irons in class, but this has to be under adult supervision. We're working with 10 and 11-year-olds, so this will be under adult supervision. So here we go. Okay, so I'm ironing all around. I'm pressing a little bit. All right, let's see how that went down. It literally went down. So now this freezer paper is stuck temporarily onto the felt. I'm going to repeat with my pink felt, and then I'm going to turn off that iron. Again, cloth, felt, heart, shiny side down. Adult supervision. Press that down. You want to do it until the paper sticks to the felt. Okay. Now I'm going to go unplug my iron. Okay. All right, the iron is officially unplugged. I'm going to move these, the cloth out of the way, and we are going to go on to the next part of this project. The next part of this project is cutting out your hearts. Now, as I said, I sharpened these scissors, and I used a scissor sharpener this morning. But I'm going to get down in here, and I'm going to cut right on the line. I am holding the paper while I do this and turning my hand. Oops. Now see my pink one, it looks like I didn't press it down as well as I would have liked, because I'm noticing that the paper is coming off the pink. So let's see about that in a couple minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to cut through my heart shapes. Again, it's stuck on the paper, and I'm going to cut right on the line this time. You can see I'm turning the heart and keeping my scissors going pretty much in one direction. Turning with my other hand. Okay, ta-da! All right, let's see how that worked. Okay, that's still coming off. So there we go. It looks like I have to trim a teeny tiny bit. That's okay. Oh, that's a sharp pair of scissors. That's how it's going to go down. You're going to go ahead and repeat that on your pink. So I'm done cutting. I want you to know that you can reuse this tracer. All you have to do, it's still shiny on one side. All you have to do is re-iron it onto another piece of felt, and so you don't throw those away yet. Okay. Now we are going to go on to the white background. Again, to cut the white background, I'm going to use an index card. 3x5, and I'm going to put my tracer close to the edge. We're not using any iron for this. Oops. We're not using any iron for this, so you can go close to the edge. I'm going to take my pencil, and I'm going to lightly trace around this card onto the felt. Look how I'm holding this with my hand. There we go. And I'm almost making dashed lines here. It's easier to make dashed lines. I'll show you when I remove it. I have to turn the felt so I can always make those dashed lines come toward my body. here's the last side, I think. All right, let's see how that turned out. All right, that turned out just fine. I'm going to take my sharp scissors and carefully cut out the rectangle. I'm going to try to not get, you can't erase these lines, okay, these pencil lines. So you're going to try and kind of avoid them. I can even go a little too far here. There we go. I'm making a lot of short snips when I cut with felt. Believe it or not, it can be easier to use very small scissors when you cut. Actually cut that right off. I'm done with that. Okay, one more side. All right, there we have it, a traced out background for your hanging. All right, we're going to start assembling our hanging right now. So here's the front, and here is the back, and you can see we have a popsicle stick glued to the top of our hanging. Now I didn't do this on my own sample, but for your class, I want you to write your name on the back of your popsicle stick. I'm going to use Sharpie. Maybe you would use something else, but I'm going to use Sharpie so you can see this. Okay. Now you're not Ms. V, so don't be writing Ms. V on your popsicle stick. But there we go. Right, so we're going on to gluing right now, and I want you to know we're going to be working on the back side of our white felt, and we're going to be using our Aleene's tacky glue, which must be stored upside down. I'm gonna open up the tacky glue. Do not lose this thing. Do not lose that. That is so annoying. I'm gonna put it back in my cup. And I am going to put a small stripe, don't use too much of this. We don't want it oozing, at the top of our felt. Then, and I want your name showing out and not upside down. Show it right side up. You want to center it right on the felt. Oops, mine's not centered. That's about right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's it. You are done with the back. So now I am going to flip. Here's my my sample. We're going to flip our popsicle stick down on the table, and we're going to start working on the front, gluing down the heart.